God forbid, we get married, her starting to decline and my goes up.
And it happens.
She protected all her now, because my went up, I gotta give you half if something go wrong. I helped Kandi quite a bit with her projects, like the play. And one of Randy's biggest concerns is, what if she gets tired of you and she's done with you? You should have something. You should get something for what you've done for her.
So, Kandi Burruss's ex, Todd Tucker, is allegedly now questioning if the prenup he signed with Kandi is real. Sir, are you forgetting that we all watched you sign that prenup on national TV? Oh, baby, it gets even nastier. Allegedly, if things don't go Todd's way, he has threatened to spill the real reason why they split. And that has pushed Kandi to beg the court to seal their divorce filing. Chill. Exactly how bad was it for Kandi to want everything sealed? Well, now people are also questioning whether Todd planned this whole thing from the beginning, especially with the video making rounds where he was like, women who don't want to share their wealth will end up alone. You gotta let a man be a man.
This though, I'm gonna be real with y'all. For y'all women who are bosses and have all of this money and got this extra shit.
Why are you saying it like that?
No, because I think, I understand the double standard, but I think you also need to understand the man that you're with, the man that you chose and you're allowed to choose you, that you can't be so mine. You know what I mean? You have to open up within reason. I'm not saying going by no niggas Bentleys and doing dumb shit, but you gotta invest in y'all and y'all future, and you gotta let your man feel like a man in those scenarios, because with all the money that you have, you can end up by yourself.
Okay, loves, to bring y'all up to speed with this mess, Todd filed his response to Kandi Burruss's divorce petition, and the things he put in there are crazy, y'all. First of all, he is reportedly seeking primary physical custody of their 2 children and wants final decision-making authority. Based on what he said, the children are currently living with him in Georgia, while Kandi manages out-of-state work obligations. And he argued that her work schedule will continue to require her to be away for at least the next several months. See, primary physical custody determines child support payments, meaning Todd would receive child support from Kandi if his request is granted. So maybe that's exactly how he wants this to play out. Then, like I mentioned, he also raised concerns about the enforceability of their prenuptial agreement, which was signed ahead of their 2014 wedding. Apparently, he felt pressure when signing it, and his legal team asserts that the document was presented to Todd without Todd even having an attorney, which the filing suggests raises substantial questions concerning the enforceability of the prenuptial agreement. His response has got people going crazy on the internet, with some saying that Todd filing for primary custody like he's been out here running Daddy Daycare the franchise is hilarious. He's acting like he's the sole provider, cook, tutor, nurse, Uber driver, PTA president, and crossing guard. To a lot of people, it's honestly giving spite, because he knows Kandi's schedule. He knew Kandi's schedule before he married her. He knew her schedule when he was bragging about her bag. He knew her schedule when he was on her shows getting paid. But now that divorce papers are on the table, suddenly her work ethic is the villain? Be serious. At this point,
Know that we do that stuff as a partnership.
Is this personal or is it just business?
How is it personal to
Right,
say you got what you got and I got? What is
No,
personal?
there's
It's
other
cut and
things
dry.
in there. There's other things
Like
in there.
what?
If we don't work out, I gotta get out the damn house in 30 days? How do I find a house in 30
your
days?
past relationship, when y'all broke up, did you just keep living together? Like,
No, but if I need some time to find a place, if we have a child...
Okay, well, if we break up, then you can go in the guest house and not stay in the main house.
it's beginning to look like he actually planned this all along.
Todd can say whatever he wants about it not being about the money, is why he doesn't like the prenup. But meanwhile, his attorney is sending notes, and all those notes are about money.
And him saying he was pressured to sign the prenup? Honey, you signed that thing, skipped down the aisle, and enjoyed the lifestyle for a whole decade. Now suddenly, you were pressured? Well, Todd's attorney, Randy Kessler, is also attacking Kandi's initial divorce petition by claiming it is procedurally deficient with several mistakes, which his team may use as leverage to delay the case. They are saying that Kandi allegedly failed to verify the petition, which basically means signing it under oath, and swearing the information is true. They are also saying that she did not state Todd's residence or last known address, and that she failed to provide the name and age of the kids. Sheesh. I mean, Todd's camp is clearly playing delay tactics so that they can probably have time to strengthen their case, but also the procedural mistakes in Kandi's initial filing are honestly rookie mistakes, not expected in a high-profile, high-asset case like this one. And I honestly get why there would be such mistakes, because Kandi's attorney, Adama McKinnon, previously worked as a law clerk under the supervision of none other than Randall Kessler. Baby, if Kandi's is not careful, Todd might be smiling all the way to the bank, because Randy doesn't play. Anywho, Kandi also filed an amended complaint to address Todd's requests for primary custody and to challenge the prenuptial agreement. She says that the kids will be fine with her, stating she has employed a full-time nanny for both of them since day one, a decision Todd had previously approved. She also highlights that she has a whole network of family members, including her parents, living within a 5 to 20-mile radius of the family home who have traditionally supported the kids. Kandi's lawyer also argued that both Kandi and Todd are public figures and self-employed entrepreneurs whose professional obligations have required both parties to travel away from home for extended periods of times, independently and jointly, because Todd is also a producer, which sometimes takes him out of Atlanta for weeks. In addition, she is also officially requesting primary physical custody of the kids, with Todd being awarded visitation and parenting time. She is also seeking joint legal custody with final decision-making authority on matters addressing academics, education, and healthcare. As far as Todd saying that he was under pressure to sign the prenup, Kandi is also shutting down Todd's claims that he signed the prenup under duress. She actually says that she has audio and video receipts from Bravo that show Todd, the night before the wedding, saying he was good with signing the prenup as long as 2 provisions were added. Her amended petition asserts that Todd's attorney, Randy Kessler, represented him and provided legal counsel on and off camera during the negotiation of the prenuptial agreement, and that Todd confirmed he signed the agreement freely and voluntarily without coercion or undue influence. Okay, I personally agree that it was a bit rushed how Kandi gave Todd the first draft of their prenup 48 hours before the wedding day. See, Randy advised Todd not to sign it for many reasons, some monetary reasons and some property reasons. And Randy also felt that this first draft was typically just the beginning of a negotiation in finalizing the prenup, because there was so little time before the wedding, and there was no time for both sides' attorneys to collaborate and negotiate. And I know that Todd had issues with Kandi's original prenup, which gave him nothing she brought into the marriage, including the house, which she bought before they married. It also precluded Todd from asking from any form of alimony in the event of a divorce, and he was really pissed about this. It also included a clause where he has to vacate the house within 30 days of the end of the marriage, and again, this pissed him off. Apparently, Todd's friends all advised him not to sign the prenup as well, and it was such a contention on the eve of their wedding that Todd skipped the rehearsal dinner, and he refused to go because he and Kandi were arguing about this prenup, and his friends and family and attorney were all telling him it's a big mistake.
You need to have some guarantees for you, and I don't see any of that in here. My advice is, this is not a sufficient document. I would not suggest that you sign this.
However, on the wedding day, Kandi sent her attorney to Todd's hotel room, and her attorney brought 2 witnesses, plus a notary, plus a cameraman. They filmed the signing of the prenup, and her attorney had Todd attest on camera that he was in full agreement of the terms of the prenup, that he agreed on camera that he would never pursue any form of alimony if they divorced, and that he was not under duress in any way, shape, or form. So, now Kandi doesn't understand why Todd is fighting her. Well, guess what? Kandi also filed a motion for a confidentiality order and a motion to seal the divorce proceedings, which is likely a response to too much information being public. The request is to seal all documents, filings, and aspects of the proceedings to prevent disclosures on social media, the internet, and media at large, which she asserts is in the best interest of their kids. Reportedly, she's scared that Todd may spill unnecessary information about their divorce, given Todd's initial response, which stated he expressly merely reserves the right to assert and add additional grounds for divorce, as permitted by law, suggesting he may have threatened to expose the real reason they split. Now, we know that Kandi is not someone who backs away from public scrutiny easily. She has weathered reality TV drama, business controversies, family conflicts, and every storyline under the sun without flinching. So, if she wants documents sealed, it suggests there may be details neither of them want playing out in the court of public opinion. And to be honest, the possibility that Todd is using this threat as leverage makes the situation feel even more tense. It literally feels like there's a deeper level of conflict beneath the surface, and it has to be something personal enough or complicated enough that she would rather keep it out of the spotlight. But also, exactly how bad was it? I mean, if the threat alone pushed Kandi to act quickly to protect their privacy, then whatever the underlying issue is, it was likely painful, sensitive, or layered enough that public exposure would only make things worse for everyone involved. I bet Mama Joyce is somewhere like, "I told ya, big head, to stay away from him." And speaking of Mama Joyce, by the way, Kandi has made it clear that she doesn't care what people have to say about her mother, Mama Joyce, often overstepping boundaries. Reportedly, she explained that at the end of the day, that's her mother, and she isn't going to cut her off no matter what anyone thinks. Kandi shared that her mother made countless sacrifices for her growing up, and while she may not always agree with everything, she will always honor and respect the woman who raised her. She admitted that sometimes it can be challenging, but it's simply something she has to deal with as a daughter who loves her mom unconditionally. Anyway, what I'm wondering is, did Todd plan this all along? Was he slowly positioning himself over the years, playing the supportive partner, leaning into the primary caregiver image, waiting for the perfect moment to flip the script? And if that's what happened, then it's not just messy, it's manipulative and it's calculated. Baby, considering he's got one of the top divorce lawyers handling this for him, if Kandi is not careful, this will not end well for her. Maybe she never expected Todd to go all blazing on her. But as we wait to see how this unfolds, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below.